I said they heard that I'm a boss, I got a motherfucking proof. Freezer full of niggas, she like corn, you the coolest. Bitch, you watching me like a motherfucking movie. I got 4 holes apiece in the pool of my jacuzzi. Toothless, cause I'm feel like a motherfucking infant. Ruthless, talk on and on, riding on skinny. Coopish, I talk on and she had behind the tennis. Deuces, to the fuck niggas who never thought I wouldn't be shit. On some G shit, MOB shit, that Louis V on me.
You know, when one of us, got beef, we all got beef. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, she's doing a thing, man. She, I think she just finished law school, so
yes,
she got some shout out, all that, man. So, without any further delay, let's bring on our guest. Simply Winter. What's up? Hold on. Let me get us all on the. What's up, sister? What's up?
What's going on?
Don't sister me.
Yeah, we all family. We all family.
Hey, bam. Now we can see that shirt. What that shirt say?
Oh,
y'all so conceited over there. Y'all conceited over there.
Convo with Cino live.
It's nice to be here finally.
Jess, you knew we was gonna have you.
Yeah, and it's perfect timing. I know you seeing what's going on in the world. I know you keep abreast with what's happening, man. You make some dope content. So for those who don't know you, tell us who Simply Winter is. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Simply Winter.
Well, I'm Simply Winter M in the content world. My, I guess, legal name is DeWanda Mack.
Oh, you going all the way there? Okay.
We'll have to search for DeWanda Mack. So that's the But if you searching for me in the content world, you could search for me under Simply Winter M, Winter Mack. I recently, as last Friday, I completed my master's in criminal defense law. I'm going back to get my Juris Doctorate in law so that I can practice law on the federal level. That's my goal, to argue criminal defense on the federal level. And I got a gap year now. With everything that's going on with the dismantling of the Department of Education, it stopped me financially from being able to establish financial aid that I would need to help assist me in completing that final year that I would need to secure that level of degree. Essentially, I mean, I can bar and practice state level, but that's not the goal for me. I have a goal. I came in this with a goal. This personal. It's not about the money for me. It's not even about the credentials for me. It's personal. The feds raided my house when I was 25 years old, and they took my baby daddy and my brother for about 3 years, and they owe me. And they beat me. Mark Becker. He beat me. He spit in my face. He took me. I was pregnant. And I looked him in his face and I told him I'll be back for you. So this degree personal for me. This degree is for me to walk the hallways, to walk the courtrooms, and to look judges and prosecutors and DAs and detectives dead in the face as the little black girl from the hood who they spit in her face, a pregnant woman, and just accused me of knowing stuff that I did not know, and tried to cook me in a case with my baby daddy and my brother, and show them like, nah, it wasn't me. But now I get to help free brothers who y'all want to prosecutorial misconduct put into cases that they don't belong in.
Hey, gratitude. Yeah, gratitude. This reminds me, you remember on Minister Society when they were sitting back there and he was interrogating the dude? He said, "You know you're effed up, don't you?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what this is about for me. As a student, I had the pleasure of sitting in on the case second chair with my professor when I got down to the final phase, and the state prosecutor was like, you know, what you gonna do after you graduate? Like, you wanna work for the state? And I looked at him and I was like, never. I'm I'm I would never, like, that's not my goal. And he was like, but what's your goal? You gonna intern somewhere? And I'm like, and I'm just closing, I'm closing my briefcase. And he asked my professor, he was like, Nichols, what's her plan? And he was like, private practice. And he was like, what? Straight out of law school? And he was like, you think you can achieve that straight out of law school? And I was like, why can't I? And I never looked him in the face. I just continued. This a prosecutor. And I
yeah,
never looked him in the face. I kept zipping my bag and, buttoning up my suit. And my professor opened the bench for me to leave out the court area. And he was like, oh, she ballsy. I like it. He like, Nichols, you got your hands full. She cocky, she arrogant. And I was like, we'll meet again. And we
wow,
will.
wow. Well, Master P got a term that I love. He says, two mountains will never meet, but two men will. Even not even revenge, but just be redeemed in some type of way inside. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You ain't coming back to spit back in their face, but you can do it in another, form to where
I
you
feel
ain't got
like
to.
I already am. I
Yeah,
feel like I already am. I feel like I called the last year of my education my total praise and final phase year. I feel like I already am, because like God did a number on me in
yeah,
in that final year. I don't know what it was about that final year where God totally entered in my heart and into my life and totally revamped who I was as a person, and my attitude, where everything about me changed. My whole atmosphere changed. The people I surrounded myself with changed. The way I walked, the way I talked, the way I dressed, my whole demeanor, it just totally changed. And I got to a point where I had to tell everybody around me, excuse me for who I am, but unapologetically, this part of my life ain't for you. It's for
yeah,
me and God,
yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's,
I
it's
I
like it's like when what was that when Moses came from the mountain, he was different. He
yeah,
came and he
yeah,
saw God, and once he saw God, he came back with a whole nother swag. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 So
And
sometimes, that's what a lot of it. When you see people do that transformation, man, that's really what it be. They be like something different about you. Somebody ever say like, man, something different about you, and you ain't really did nothing, but they just, like, well, I don't know what it is, and
Yeah. That light.
it's that God, it's that light, that
yeah,
God shine.
yeah.
That
It's
light.
and now that I'm done with school, and I'm done with my final phase and total praise area,
Yeah,
I'm so immersed into my God's girl area. Like, I'm stuck in meditation Monday through Friday. I'm immersed in figuring out my message and my purpose and what it is God is saying to me and what it is He want me to do. And it's not about me. Like, my walk every day is not about me. Like, I was like totally warring with my children and back with boundaries. Like, no, you're adults. My job is done. And I've served my purpose. Yes, I'm going to continue to nurture, but you're going to stand up and be women. And I'm just going to be your mother to advise you, but I'm no longer going to lead you. And that was so hard for them. But at the same time, I heard God clear as day saying, you did 49 years for everybody else. You 50 now. The next journey is for you. And I just
Man.
had to stand on that. I had to stand on that, bro. And and,
yeah,
and in standing on that, I stood in conviction, and it got lonely. It got lonely sometimes. But standing in conviction, it made everybody respect what it was and where it was I stood. But I wasn't lonely because God was always with me. Like, I got you.
Look at
Yeah.
her
I
dropping some
got you. And
jewels.
you'll see me occasionally where I 22 brand I wear all the time. One
So why
two
you ain't got
thirds
me? Why I ain't got? You know what's
two
up?
thirds
Quincy?
two thirds of
2/3 of
God's
God's
name
name
is
is
go.
go. Cause
Yeah,
I
two
just
thirds. That's between you and your man. So that don't got
Yeah.
nothing to do with me.
See you the one, but I'm gonna be honest. You the one. You the reason why me and 22 connected. Again, well, we connected through the Rich Off Information
I'm
group.
not in none of that. I
But
ain't got nothing to do
no,
with
you were
that.
promoting because you was working with y'all. You guys work together as well.
I don't got
And
nothing to
when
do
you
with none
promoted
of
him,
that.
you was like, if anybody needs some work done, anybody needs stuff done, reach out to me. And I
But
thought
no,
about
that's
like,
just who I am. But you will see me. I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer in dress for success, right? So I always keep myself in something clothes and in positivity. Like I keep 2/3 of God's name is go on me, or I keep God's favor on me. I keep God's girl era on me. That's my brand. God's girl era is my brand. God's favor is my first lady's brand. I keep myself dressed for success because I just always want to stay on task. I always want to stay in the mission. I always want to stay promoting somebody else
yeah,
because, like you said, that stuck with me.
yeah.
Like my other homegirl, she do live content over on YouTube where she do commentary. Who you follow the most where you get to, connects with the
What's her
celebs
name?
and
Shout
stuff.
out, shout
Live,
out.
I shot them out. Live
What's her
clip
name? What's her?
3D live clip 3 TV. Tasha Mack, she got two channels that connected to the edge. You pull up your
Yeah,
phone. I'm finna connect you to her. She follow all the celebs. Tia Kemp, yeah. Like I follow through with my people. I promote my people. I'm the
Mhm.
connect for my people. Like I'm not gonna just send you to my people. I'm gonna connect you all the way to my people. Ain't gonna be no, oh, just shout out their name. I'm not that kind of person.
yeah,
I'm just gonna say the name kind of person. I'm gonna stand right there. I'm gonna type it in your phone. I'm gonna push follow, and then I'm gonna know you connected to that person, so that person is connected to you. That's the type of person I am. Like I'm loyal.
yeah,
Hey,
I'm loyal to my core.
tell us
yeah.
about tell us about the podcast and how it came about. Because we are gonna jump into some current events because we know you're gonna get live with us on these events
I'm
that we
finna
got this.
turn into when we get into what we finna get into. I'm finna turn into the Candace Owens of Gary, Indiana. I'm finna turn y'all finna and I don't know how y'all gonna feel about that, but
I seen your comment. I seen
I'm
your
finna turn into the Candace Owens of
yeah.
Gary, Indiana.
I,
But
I seen your comment.
so my podcast really came about because I I'm a content creator and I'm big. And I'm just keep it real. I'm big. I really didn't care about Facebook because the way I feel about Facebook is this. Facebook is the people who I know. Them my haters. Instagram is people who enjoy my niche. Them the people who are following me because they like, oh, okay, we like Winter. She do morning motivation. She occasionally send us a scripture. Sometimes she do nails. Sometimes she do hair. Sometimes she funny. Them the people who follow me based on what my content I pushed out. So I got about 25K over there. Facebook is just I got like 17K on Facebook. Them just the people who follow me because they know me. Them the people who really know me in
Yeah.
real life. On Instagram, I'm 37K strong.
Dang. Man.
On Instagram, anything I post that has a financial note to it, I'ma meet that financial note. Like right
Yeah.
now,
Because
y'all
you
aware,
because
y'all my family.
you
Like
actually you actually study like you actually shoot for some of the goals and targets and things like that they actually put in place, right?
And I meet every last
Yeah,
monetary
you be
one.
on it. So you be on it.
Yeah,
See, that's my
yeah.
problem. I don't really be doing. I just
Every
do what I
week,
want to do.
I'm getting paid on every platform I'm on right now. But I
Hey,
make the most money on TikTok right now. I just now started getting momentum on YouTube because my homegirl just taught me YouTube when I first opened my podcast. And my podcast started because when I got what do they call it? Rededicated my life to Christ. When I rededicated my life to Christ a year ago, um I inadvertently inherit the praise dance team. And my first lady and my bishop, we had a meeting and they was like, we love you to death, but you gotta do something with that social media. Like you gotta do something with it, you gotta clean it up, you gotta do something with it. And I'm like, oh God, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it
I
because
mean,
it's
what was you doing on there?
I
Clean it.
was a mess.
Oh, you was a man. Okay, you was the
I
one. You was the one. You was the other the old. You was the
Yeah,
one.
I was the
You,
hood chick. And a little bit of her still there, but
yeah.
I've changed her a lot. I've changed her a
Okay.
lot. And I'm like, oh, what is I'ma do? Because this is a source of income for me, a huge, by the way, source of income for me. Like what I'ma do with TikTok anyway. Like I was probably gonna have to start can't go to church or something. I don't know because that's how much bread I get off TikTok.
Dang.
Um and
You gonna have to teach me the game. You gonna
and
have to
I
sit
started
down.
praying and I was like, God, what I'ma do? And God told me clear as day what you was gonna do. He was like, you gonna turn this into positivity. That's what you gonna do.
hey.
And he said, talk to your homegirl. I got a real good homegirl on TikTok named Tasha Mack. I love her to death. Like she like my sister.
Mm.
Like you would if you didn't know
Shout out
us.
to Tasha Mack. Shout out to
You
Shout out
Tasha
to
Mack.
Tasha.
That's my girl. That's my baby. That's my heart talk every day, all day. If you didn't know no better, you would think we came from the same mama. She lived in Arkansas. Like
Mm.
you would swear Rose or Michelle had both of us or something. Like
Hey,
them ladies gave birth to us. And she said, Winter, bring the storytelling over to YouTube, and that's how you're gonna start getting the numbers on YouTube. The way you tell the court cases and the law, bring that over to YouTube, and then start you a podcast where you allow people to tell their own stories and the tragedy to triumph. And then I went to bed with that on my brain. And she said, she was telling me the logistics of it. She taught me
okay.
YouTube in a conversation, just
Mm.
like that. And she was telling me the logistics of it. And I went to bed with it on my brain. And the Holy Spirit spoke to me clear as day. And the Lord said, you came from a city full of tragedy to triumph. You go home and you bring them stories to life and you
Mhm.
implement faith, family, and foundation. I did my first show on my birth blood brother, and it took off.
Mm.
Mm.
That's what's
Mm.
up. That's
Nah,
definitely what's up.
yeah,
Inspiration.
nah, your stuff was hold on.
Hey, them bombs today.
Yeah, yeah, it's bombs dropping. Hey, and I seen it and I was like, okay,
And when
you
you said, sis,
you
is you
had some
really?
momentum.
Is
You
this?
had
You
momentum
was
when I
like, sis,
seen
is this really? And I said, come on, bro, come on. And you said, all right. I thought I was doing big wig things in 2019 when I copped the 2020 whip. And I said, is you okay with me? And you said, yeah.
yeah,
I
The
yeah,
said, you
yeah,
collaboration.
sure?
yeah. You took me back. Yeah, you took it back to the way back to Cino, to other Cino.
Because behind the scenes, what I do is I try to ask y'all behind the scenes the things I know because I saw a lot I was a hot damn mess as a young woman. So I saw a lot myself.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey,
All right, man. So let's get into some of these topics, man. We appreciate you joining us and appreciate you sharing.
It's
Because
not a problem.
Because a lot of people probably didn't even know that about you. They probably see it, but now it's documented. It's out there, and we are definitely proud. I'm definitely proud of you.
Yes,
I know 22 is.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. We love you, man. So keep pushing, keep inspiring. Because even this whole podcast stuff, we don't do this for people. Think we doing it for us. We ain't doing this for us. We doing it really for y'all, for the people.
Yeah.
I like the money, I like the money, as Cardi say. I like the money. That's another thing too. I am a I do have a contract brand deal with Cardi B's BMR charcoal face mask, a 1-year contract where I promote her mud face scrub.
Come on now.
Look at it.
Man, look, I
So
love it.
I'm trying to diversify my little grand.
Come on.
Money up.
Ain't no little, we don't do nothing little,
At all.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
I got 3 topics for y'all, man. The last one's gonna be really, really interesting. I'm not going to Gary. He said that he was going somewhere one time, and the tour bus like that he was on went through Gary, and he was looking at it like people actually stay here. He had some comments to say about Gary, but I don't know if you all actually know. So there is a clip that is out right now from his latest podcast. He said he was in the shower. He said, and Ja Rule called me. I don't know why Ja Rule called me while I'm in the shower. He said, but Eddie Melton called Ja Rule. Eddie Melton called Ja Rule.
Eddie Melton, that's the mayor of Gary. That's the mayor of
Gary. He called Ja Rule. And was basically like, you need to call Joe Budden, because I don't appreciate him speaking on the city like that. And that, what I'm saying, he has so many different things that he's doing to innovate the city and get into a new light other than what's been going on. And Joe Budden's actually gave him a public invitation that he'll have him on the show.
So you going, Eddie?
Yeah, is you going, Eddie? I want to know the same thing. Is you going?
We all will tune in.
Wait for it. Yeah, Eddie gonna. I don't see him not going. I mean, he's been really rubbing shoulders with people like from first I seen him with Dame Dash, really pumps him up.
You saw that pre-election, right?
Yeah.
You saw that pre-election.
Dame Dash. Let me read the Dame Dash, Mike Epps. Some of and of course, and now Ja Rule yeah. I mean, so
since he got in the seat, that was before he got in the seat and the seat got warm, right? So now since he got in the seat and the seat is warm, it's comfortable, it's fitted for him and everything like that, he can get in the seat and do like this and sit back and sign whatever he needs to sign. What you see him do? Who been there since he been in the seat?
Well, I mean, first you got to clean up stuff, and I think he is cleaning up.
How much cleaning you been seeing done? How long he been in the seat?
No.
How long he been in the seat? I'm asking.
They've been doing some, especially in the Miller area.
I'm just asking because I'm not there, so I don't know.
So Miller, I'm gonna be honest, like Miller is really cleaning up real nice.
Miller been clean. Miller been nice.
Nah, but I'm saying you talking about Etna and all that. A lot of that stuff went down in like the Etna and
Corey Williams. I am 50 years old. All my natural born life. Miller, Etna, and any parts of 12 and 20 going back that way. Once you get past the valley and you go over them raggedy tracks and past that little warehouse area and you aware that you almost in Miller, you headed to the elite. That been nice.
No, but it fell off. It fell off over the years.
When?
You got to remember you got to look at Gary.
Even when you in Glen Ryan, you headed to the nice part again.
Hold on. Because you got to look at Gary's economy right now. Like I was talking to my mom's neighbor. I was in Gary yesterday. Well, I remember Joe Budden coming to Gary too.
Yeah, he did come to Gary. He came to Gary. How do y'all feel about Joe Budden and his comment about Gary?
Thanks, Joe, for keeping it real. Cause a lot of people sit in Gary, Indiana every day and feel the same way you feel, but they like the phony kick it. So thanks for keeping it real about a place we all once called home.
But how is he keeping it real if the place he said
I feel like right message, wrong messenger, because you don't got a right to judge a place that you never lived in. I seen somebody post a rebuttal about it that said exactly that. Like, you gotta chill, because a lot of people will get emotional about Gary, Indiana, when you are outsider looking in. I've been there, done that.
But how do you feel that
I
he's
know who
keeping
the
it real?
snitches is. I know who the rats is. I know who the violators is. I know who the people who I'm so Gary, yada yada yada. Like,
yeah.
But
It reminds me of what Tupac said about LA. He said we might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this, we'll burn this bitch down and get us pissed. You know what I'm saying?
but what good is it for us to burn it down together if we ain't gonna build it up together?
See, in that term, when Tupac said that, I didn't take it as a literal burning down. I took it as a burning down of the system that was going on, and because he in that song he was speaking of everybody being united and how when we together we can have these super great cool things going on.
We're not gonna get together and do nothing but party, smoke, and drink. We're not gonna get together and do nothing but go to a West Side Horseman Roosevelt a reunion or a picnic. We're not gonna get together and do nothing but have a good time. That's all we gonna get together and do.
But guess what? I have to rebut that, because where you from, Corey? Where you from, Winter?
Well, I was born in Chicago, but I was raised in Gary.
And so this is Gary getting together to do something. See, this is where it starts at. It starts with these small steps of collaboration. So just like anywhere else, no, you might not have the whole city on the same page, but as long as we keep collaborating the way we collaborating, we can bring some change to things. We can bring even those things that are issues.
We considered the Republicans of Gary. The Democrats from Gary not getting ready to do nothing but talk about it. They not getting ready to be about it. They not getting ready to help support nobody that's doing nothing positive. Like, everybody in a positive bubble from Gary is gonna stick together and they gonna help do what they gonna do. Like, I ain't trying to beat up Eddie Melton and I'm like,
you froze.
He can jump in and help me, but I'm telling you, I'm keeping it. But Keisha Passmore can throw something, I'm coming back and I'm gonna support Keisha Passmore. Deanna Ware can throw something, I'm coming back and I'm gonna support Deanna. She ain't got to ask me nothing but once, or if she posted, I'ma call her and ask her for a ticket. If Cino can throw something, I'ma call him and ask him what's going on, where it said, how do I get involved? The preachers, they can throw something, I'ma call them and ask them, how can I get involved? Whatever it is you trying to achieve, they don't want no parts of it. Hayden still runs Gary.
Well, let me say this. Because we talk about the parties. I just want to give you like the evolution, right, of it, of the economy and what I've seen. You got to remember, like, when we were in the 80s, 90s growing up, Gary was thriving. The mill was booming, the economy, all that type of stuff. It was jobs, school system, everything. Everything was thriving. You know what I'm saying? But then once that older generation died and we started making money, a lot of people started moving out of Gary. They started moving to the Portages, the Maryville, and then those homes, they didn't, we wasn't really taught the real estate game really back then, right? So a lot of those homes got people left them. They got dilapidated because they weren't being used, right? A lot of the buildings, because people started moving out. Because
that shouldn't be his focus. Let him say what he gonna say, because he not from Gary. Why you worried about what Joe Budden of all people saying about Gary, Indiana?
But you gotta change the image first. Anytime your image is bad, even in actors, rappers, entertainment, they hire a PR firm to start building to rebrand your image. So it starts with a rebranding to bring investors back to your city. You see what I'm saying? So when people get in scandals, that's why that show Scandal was so popular, or whatever it's called.
I ain't seen Eddie Melton in no scandal.
I'm talking about the city of Gary has a stigma on it, like from people like Joe
we
Budden
ain't
talking about.
finna get out of it when the biggest notarized person of Gary, Indiana is all over TikTok, all over social media.
Cool.
Just got clemency in the last presidential clemency in the Trump inauguration, holding up a Jamal Bynum face.
Talking about start with a D.
If I saw it, you saw it.
Hey, but and him speaking on it, I do feel like there was a
mean, if that plays a, if scandals plays a part in it.
No, but he's saying as far as the
mayor.
But if
you
got somebody,
I think Mayor Melton. And that's the thing I hate about politicians. Like, let politicians politics, baby. Political science is your thing. Politics. Like, don't worry about. I hate how politics.
But that's what politics is.
Hobnob with the industry.
That's a part of politics.
Yeah, but that is part of politics. You
gotta shake hands and kiss babies now. You gotta shake hands. You can't just campaign and then when the campaign is over, you got to still keep campaigning. It's like dating a woman. You got to still keep macking your woman. You can't just, okay, I got you, baby. Now I ain't got to take you out no more. I ain't got to get you flowers. No, you still got to get out there.
First and foremost, he's from New York. Let's as my man Jay
New York
say,
and being from Gary is two different things. You gotta figure out which borough he's from first. All the New York ain't scary Gary.
I didn't say scary Gary. I'm talking about New York. Unless you in Manhattan, even when you in Manhattan, it's trashy. I mean, it's trashy everywhere. Yeah,
so you've been to every borough.
Yeah, I've been to every borough of New York. Yes, I have. Most definitely have. I've been to every borough. Trashy.
So you feel like every borough is scarier than Gary?
No, I'm not saying scary. I'm talking about as far as looks and things of that nature. Yeah, you got your parts that look good, just like we say Miller look good. You got your certain parts that look good, and I do feel that Eddie did a good thing by speaking out because for one, he is that's the person that you want to look. That's the person.
Budden. Don't nobody even respect Joe Budden.
It don't have to be about Joe Budden. See, now, this is one thing we have to realize as podcasters. The things is that we put out, they go out to the world. And there is a group of people that tune into us, whether they like us or they just want to hear what we have to say. So now when Eddie Melton saying something, because Joe Budden did say, I didn't even know the Mary Gary was going to hear what I said on my podcast. Now it puts things in.
And he didn't know that the mayor was black. I don't think he knew that there was a black mayor. So he actually got behind it. He cleaned it up and invited him on the show. He got behind it once he found out there's a new, fresh black mayor. And you got to get a man time. You can't correct something that's been messed up for the last 25 years. We had Scott King. Well, who we have in office? We had from Hatcher to Barnes, Scott King, Rudy Clay,
Karen
Freeman, and then we had the last guy, my man. He just had a situation. I can't think of it. Jerome Prince. Jerome Prince.
That was the robber. That's what the whole city went wrong.
So you got. I just named 6 people that he's got to clean up that mess. You see what I'm saying? 6 mayors.
He's not going to be able to do it.
Especially if there's negative press out there, he's not going to be able to attract the people to come there. We got to change the image.
Listen to me. It takes double the time to clean up a mess that it do to create it, right?
What, you just want to nuke the city, bomb the city, blow it up, start over? Hold on. This where my bomb, man? This is what you want to do. You just want to bomb Gary.
I'm not saying that. That's how you go about cleaning.
She said she was going to be Candace Owens.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's however y'all want to go about doing it. I don't know.
Now here's the thing too. A lot of people from Chicago now, when they cleaned up all the projects in Chicago, a lot of people came from
These people
Chicago.
crazy.
There's a lot of Chicago people in Gary now. You know, Chicago.
That's another part of y'all problem. That's another y'all problem is.
And shout out to Chi-Town. You know, I love, you know, shout out to Chi-Town.
That's because you live over there.
Yeah, shout out to Chi-Town. You know what I'm saying? This Chicago.
That's because you live over there.
Shout out to the Chi, baby.
That's another part of y'all problem. Y'all got half of O Block and 63rd over there in y'all neighborhoods. So y'all have a huge problem now with Illinois migrants over in y'all neighborhoods terrorizing y'all community along with y'all own, you know, problems.
Well, let's be honest. Indianapolis ain't the safest.
It definitely ain't. And now that I'm done with school, I can begin to load my U-Haul to head back to Houston. You absolutely right.
Yeah, Indianapolis got some situations too. You know
they definitely don't say y'all. This ain't my city. You don't say y'all. I'm
so who you represent? So what city you represent? What city you represent? Who you represent?
I was born and raised in Gary, Indiana. I migrated to Indianapolis a little over 19 years ago. Then I moved to Houston, Texas 4 years ago. I came back because I had a Pneumomyia tumor on my spinal cord and I had to have surgery. And so I came and I just stayed because I was nearing the end of my schooling. Now I'm head on back at it. I'm head on back to Houston.
Man, shout out to my guy, man, Malcolm Cheeks 219 Midwest Connected. Yeah. He tuning in. And shout out to Brian Ship, man, of Let's Smoke About It.
I'm head back to Houston.
They down there at Q's Lounge, man. Shout out to my man Winford Owens of the Winford Owens cigar brand. I'm gonna have me one.
Gary, we can't say that we from Gary and we don't support each other in positivity, because we don't resolve the problem by just saying, if one fight, we all fight. You know, you come for one, you come for all. Like, that's not fixing a problem. That's not fixing the problem.
But we are responding with positivity. If somebody's saying negative, the only way you can beat a positive is with a negative is with a positive. It's like fire and water. The only way you can put
Freddie Gibbs ain't respond with positivity.
You can put out fire. You can put it. They put out fire.
Yeah, I'm trolling y'all so hard, y'all don't know what to do. TikTok over here laughing at y'all. I'm trolling y'all so hard, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, we knew you was gonna come real.
We know you love Gary.
The problem is like, we can't just be a community when it's a crisis or when somebody's talking about us, y'all. We really can't. Like, we gotta come together all the time.
I agree with that.
We gotta come together all the time. That's just like the little scholarship that I got going on. Like, it's like
talk about that. Talk about that.
It's like pulling teeth. The goal is only $1,000. The scholarship fund is $1,000.
You are the source of my strength.
Beautiful, beautiful. You are.